Hey, I hope all is going well and you're having a beautiful, blessed day. Today, there is a threefold question that I want to answer. And all of the questions within this one question comes from my blog prompts from the blog service that I use for my website. So, question number 1. How have you grown this year? Well, I never could have imagined that I would have a podcast ever, let alone a podcast that has reached 500 listens and over 500 listens. This is episode 510 of Encouragement Notes as I speak to you right now. And I would have never guessed that would be possible. Back in 2020, when I first started the show, I started it because I wanted a place to share my faith and the way that I was growing. So I started by sharing my sermon notes from church and also some of the questions from my Bible study notes when we were in Bible study seasons. And so in doing this, and giving me and the show time to grow, I also grew into somebody who was coming into her self-acceptance. I came into my self-acceptance really late. I was 39 years old when I first went to Rolette's Experience virtually. And by then, I never looked back. And so going to RE got me involved again with the disability community, particularly the women in the disability community. And I just loved it. I knew that it felt like home. I didn't want to leave RE, even virtually, I didn't want to leave. And I sure know for certain that I am not going to want to leave RE when it is time to go home on July 26th, which, by the way, is Disability Independence Day. But that aside, I just fell in love with the community and I fell in love with being part of it. I signed up for Boundless Faith Society right after that, and I never looked back. And what also has had me grow was my dance class. I started taking dance shortly after RE in the fall of 2021. And I took classes that were taught by the Rolettes, either by Connor Lundius or Chelsea Hill, because they switched off from week to week. And so I started taking their classes. And then in 2024, Marley Page, who is now my instructor, said that she wanted to keep the community together and create a class for wheelchair users. And I have been going to that class for almost 2 years now. In August, it will be our 2-year anniversary. So I have grown because I have awoken my confidence and learned how to use my chair efficiently. And I go places on my own. Yes, I do need help to get in my chair, but once I'm independent, I'm independent. And so that is how I have grown in the most recent years. But the people that pushed me to grow were my sisters in the Boundless Babe Society, particularly my sister Renee Dollenmeyer and my sister Nikki Walsh, who basically told me, you need some sunlight, you need to go outside. And not only did they tell me I need to go outside, but they told me that I needed to go outside in my brand new chair. And when I was younger, like in my 20s, when I was younger, that was hard for me because if you know my story, you know that I started listening to other people's opinions, other people who did not know me, and they're like, why aren't you going to therapy? Or are you going to therapy? It was just, I just began to get all of the evasive questioning that you shouldn't ask a person with a disability, any kind of disability. So I started getting those questions and they started affecting me. And that leads me to what I would tell somebody younger than me who has a disability. Don't listen to those outside voices. As much as is possible, listen to the people that love you and that light your heart up and that are just people that are going to be there for you. Because those are the people that should matter. If you come across a person who has an opinion of you and it's not going to matter within 5 years or even as soon as the next day, don't listen to them. So that is the advice that I would tell somebody younger than me and that I have been told by my mentors in this community. And lastly, I want to touch on somebody who inspires me. My friend and sister Marlene is such a firecracker, and she brings all of the happy energy to class. And when she rolls in the room, class is just different because she's there. And not only does she encourage me to be a better dancer, but she encourages me to be a better person as well because she cheers everybody on to no end, and she's always our hype girl. And I want to be like her so much, and I want to take that example from her of being in a space in your existence where you really don't care what other people think. And I admire that so much because she's just so much, she's the personification of joy. So those are the 3 things that I would touch on. And I hope that you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. All is going well. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. God bless.